Ginger, I love ginger. So I grated a bunch of ginger. It's been macerating.
What?
What are you doing here?
You're back again?
As long as you're here, welcome to Northwest Ferments. Today we're going to talk to you about kombucha. It's super popular, super good for you. If you make your own, it's going to have better bacteria, it's going to be cheaper. So yes, I suggest you buy some from us. If you do, it's going to come like this. You're going to have a little bitty, what is it?
SCOBY?
Yeah, what does that stand for?
Symbiotic colony of bacteria.
Bacterial yeast.
Yeast.
Hence the Y. That'd be a scob. But
Scob.
you know what we mean. So what you need to do this is a fermentation vessel. You want to have something glass. Glass is pretty much the best choice. We're using a quart jar here. You can use a larger size container if you'd like. So you also are going to need something to cover it. We use a coffee filter. It's just pretty easy. Or if you have a piece of cloth or a dish towel. And then as far as ingredients go, you're going to want a sweet tea and your kombucha starter. So it's going to include a SCOBY and a little bit of the starter liquid. Finished kombucha is going to give it that proper pH so that it's going to have a guaranteed jump start. And so to make your sweet tea, if you're from the South, you don't need us to tell you how to make sweet tea. But if you're not from the South, our ratio is a quarter cup of sugar to a quart of liquid. And so you're going to want to use an evaporated cane sugar is the best choice. Organic is always the best also. And then 2 tea bags per quart.
And what kind of tea?
Black tea. You want to use black or green tea. You don't want to use any flavored teas. When they do flavored teas, they add oils to them, and that's going to interfere with the whole culturing process. And so you want a pure tea. Oolong is good, but yeah.
We sell breakfast, English breakfast.
Yeah, English breakfast, yeah, which is a black tea. And so it's a good all-purpose tea. So you make your tea, boil your water, steep it with your tea bags, let it cool. You don't want to kill your SCOBY with don't scald that baby. Ouch. And so so what we have here is a finished sweet tea. And so we're going to put this in first. Quarter cup of your starter kombucha and
Which will
your
be
baby
in your packet.
Yeah. And then you'll add your tea and just up about as high as it's comfortable. You don't want it to slosh all over the place. And then what do you do, Sue?
You're going to put this coffee filter on to keep the cookies
You cover
out.
it up.
You want it to breathe.
Yes. You want it to breathe, but you don't want fruit flies or any other foreign objects getting in there. And then you want to put it in a good spot. Find a spot that's nice and warm, between 70 and 80 degrees. And then let it sit. You want it out of direct sunlight where it's not going to be jostled because it might affect the formation of the SCOBY. And so...
and after a week, you'll see...
Yeah, you'll start to see a little bit of a milky, iridescent looking thing. Don't be scared. That's just your SCOBY forming. It's your baby starting, if you will. And so I know it's super cute. Yeah, they're all individual. Kids. Yeah. Not all of them are quite as special, but
no.
So after about a week, you're going to start to see it form. You're going to watch it. You can taste it as you go along. What you're wanting is to do it to your taste. After about 2 weeks, it's going to have a real nice tart flavor. Once it doesn't taste like tea anymore, that means it's fermented enough to do the job. The longer it goes, the more bacteria you're going to have. So if you can take it, let it go a little longer. You're going to acquire a taste for it after a while, and you're going to really crave the tartness. And so after 2 weeks, for sure, you're about ready. It's going to look like that. Get nice and thick, and it's got little strands of the bacteria on the back. Depending on, so we've got the mommy and the baby, which is weird because the mommy's smaller, but
it's all about the
my
muscle.
kids are bigger than me too, so And that's a half-gallon size. So the larger vessel you use for fermentation, the larger your SCOBY is going to grow. It's going to grow to the size of the container. It's like fish, right? Don't the fish do that with the fish tanks?
I think they do.
Yeah, I think. Let's just pretend they do.
They do.
So after you feel like this tastes good enough for you, you're just going to drain off the liquid. If you want to get all the little strands out, you can use a strainer.
It will come in your kit.
Yeah, if you buy a kit from us, you'll have a little strainer included. And you always want to use non-metal utensils, everything involving the kombucha. You don't want to touch metal to anything because they just don't get along. And so, yeah, it's abrasive. Yeah. So once you're done, you're going to drain it off. You're going to start it all over again. So you can start your own, another batch. You can double up and make 2 batches. You can share that baby with a friend. You can eat it. You can feed it to your chickens. You can make drum skins out of it, I hear.
Yeah,
like stretch them. You can make candy. Yeah. It's crazy. So look into it. As far as the liquid goes, many uses. Marinades, dressings. Besides just drinking it straight, you can do a second fermentation. You add fruit to it, let it bubble up. We like to take the finished kombucha, well, sometimes we do, but and make a cocktail. So how about a bucciatini?
Do you think we should?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so for this recipe, ginger is just so good and good for you. Makes you feel a little better about the little bit of vodka that's involved in this beverage. So let's do some ice. Let's do a little vodka. So roughly an ounce. Shot glass, full, maybe a little bit extra. Yeah, for the container. And then kombucha. Yeah. Do you in? Kombucha, you're going to want at least an equal portion. Probably a little heavier on the kombucha. So we did a little more than 1. Let's do 2.5. That feels right. It's really all to taste. How drunk you want to get, all that kind of stuff. And ginger, the ginger factor. This is, I macerated my ginger. Macerated means to soak it in sugar, liquid, kind of draw out the volatiles. So ginger, lime juice, splash of kombucha, let it kind of brew. I'm going to do a few dollops of that, depending on, how you like it. A little bit spicy. Could even add a dash of cayenne.
Ooh,
yeah, you don't do the spice. I'm not going to do that. A splash of ginger ale. Not too much. This is going to get a little fizzy. Hopefully I don't explode. Shake it. Do it over the sink, I recommend.
Especially with the ginger
A
ale.
little volatile. And we'll even it out as we go along. Not yet.
Wow, yeah.
I want all the goodness. And then garnish with a lime wheel, crystallized ginger, just clenches it. There's a slit in there somewhere, yeah. That's what she said. So follow us on YouTube at Northwest Ferment. Get fermented. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of stuff. But we'll be glad to hear from you. Keep following us on our videos and enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Did you want some too?